If you asked 100 random people on the streets of say London or New York to name a single North Korean city, I honestly think the vast majority wouldn't be able to do it. If I had to guess, maybe 5 to 10 people actually could name one, Pyongyang, its capital and most well-known city. But ask them to name two and I'd be genuinely shocked if a single person could. So in this video we're going to head over to the Hermit Nation to explore 10 cities and towns that you've probably never heard of. We'll take a look at what they look like and see what life is like there. So let's start off with Hamhung, North Korea's second largest city by population. So the city is found in the southeast of the country and looks onto the Sea of Japan. But as North Korea tends to play by its own rules, it's not called the Sea of Japan in North Korea, but the East Sea of Korea, or East Sea for short. The city has a population of some 750,000, making it a pretty decently sized important city. The city is known for its industrial significance, particularly in chemicals and steel making. It was one of the most important cities during the Korean War, which meant it was heavily targeted and all but completely destroyed. The city has many cultural and historical sites, such as the Hamhung Grand Theatre and several Buddhist temples. However, these are pretty much only ever enjoyed by domestic tourists, as to see them as a foreigner would require a very special permit. Next up we have the city of Rason, a city found in the northeast of the country which is known as a special administrative region. It's found not too far from its border with China and Russia. The city's special administrative status means it is quite unique. It sees different economic regulations to the rest of the country, such as tax breaks, in hopes that it will receive foreign investment. Likely only from Russia or China. It's kind of crazy that China has long been known for its role in low-wage, labour-intensive manufacturing, but as China has grown economically wealthier and its labour costs have increased, North Korea has taken on the role of providing cheap labour and foreign manufacturing. Hence why China is behind many of the manufacturing businesses in Rason and beyond. The city of Rason has two ports which are crucial for international trade. But by international I mean again just really China and Russia. Western sanctions means that its choice for trading partners is rather limited. Let's now travel across the country down to Nampo, a city found in the southwest-ish of the country, about a 45-minute drive from Pyongyang. The city is similar to that of Rason in the fact that it's dominated by the manufacturing industry and is also home to one of the country's most important ports, Nampo Port. However, unlike Rason, it's not a special administrative zone. Again, similar to North Korea not calling the Sea of Japan by its more widely known name, the city sits on what is called the West Sea of Korea, not the Yellow Sea as probably me and you know it as. The city's position makes it vital to the country's economy, as just across the Yellow/West Korea Sea we have many large Chinese cities to trade with. In fact, from this city across the sea to China is a distance of just 275 kilometers. A distance that may only take 12 or so hours for a cargo ship to travel. Let's now travel around 2 hours southeast where we arrive in Kaesong, a city unlike those previously mentioned that isn't particularly known for its manufacturing and trade purposes. The city has much historic importance as it served as the capital of Korea during the Goryeo dynasty from the 10th to 14th centuries. The city is home to many historical sites like ancient temples, palaces and tombs. These sites are actually one of the country's only two UNESCO World Heritage Sites, the other being the tombs that are found in Pyongyang and Nampo. Now, if you've ever heard of this city before, it's likely due to the fact that it's the largest city to be found near the DMZ in the country, meaning the city has somewhat of a historical and political significance. Another city in North Korea that isn't known for its manufacturing and trade purposes is Wonsan, a city found on its east coast. Although a port city, it is known more for its proximity to nature, hence why the Wonsan Mountain Kumkang International Tourist Zone was established, a zone which was developed to attract both domestic and foreign tourists, though foreign tourism has been restricted in recent years. The area is a popular location for vacations for those who are allowed and can afford it, pretty much only the elites of the country. Wonsan is known as a beach resort city, but just 150 kilometers away you'll find the mountains with what's regarded as the country's best ski resort. Next up, we're going to travel back up north to Haisan, a very dystopian looking city found on its border with China. Separating one of the poorest countries on earth with the second richest is the Yalu River. The city is seen as somewhat important due to its proximity to China, which has made it a point of cross-border trade and smuggling. It's believed that North Koreans do cross this border to trade and smuggle, although it's usually not on official terms. The goods that are sold and smuggled range from raw materials to food, electronics, and even medical supplies. Down in the very southeast of the country is the quiet, modest city of Kaohsiung, a city of roughly 100,000 people where agriculture and natural resources are the main industries. The city is very rural and looks on to the Sea of Japan, or East Korea Sea as they call it. Now, if you were to choose a city to live in North Korea, Kaohsiung might be a decent choice. It's coastal, rural, and found pretty far away from Pyongyang. It's almost hidden away in the very bottom corner of the country. It is also home to the Kumkang Mountains, a very picturesque region. Prior to high political tensions, the city was quite well visited by South Koreans and tourists from further afield, drawn in by the region's raw and undiscovered beauty. So this is Dandong, a city in China which sits on its border with North Korea. And as you'd expect from a Chinese city, it's got plenty of high-rise buildings and flashy neon lights. A stark difference to that of Sinuiju, the North Korean city that is found adjacent. Similar to Haisan as we mentioned earlier, it's a city known for its trade and smuggling purposes. Its population is estimated to be up to 500,000, making it one of the most important and populated cities outside of Pyongyang. The city is known to have a particular focus on security and is heavily monitored due to the illegal smuggling of goods. Next up is Ryongchong, a town found just south of Sinuiju, where a very interesting event occurred in 2004. So a train that was packed with flammable cargo exploded, causing a massive explosion. Reports suggest that up to 200 people died, making it the country's second deadliest rail accident ever. The explosion was equivalent to that of a small-scale bomb and was so powerful that it was felt in the nearby Chinese city of Dandong, about 50 kilometers away. And finally, let's finish with Kijongdong, a town that you might have seen before due to a very bizarre battle, the Battle of the Flags. So the town is often referred to as the Peace Village, as it's a town built near the DMZ with South Korea. Built by the North Korean government, Kijongdong is designed to project an image of prosperity and peace to both the outside world and its own citizens. It aims to showcase modern infrastructure with tall buildings, factories, and other amenities. However, satellite imagery and accounts from defectors suggest that the town is mostly uninhabited, with no real signs of actual life or activity. So on the South Korean side of the DMZ in the 1980s, the government erected a 98-meter tall flagpole, obviously to rub it in the North Korean faces. In response, the North Koreans one-upped them, constructing a flagpole 160 meters high, the tallest on Earth at the time. It's a pretty famous attraction where tourists from South Korea can peer into telescopes to view. So there we have it, 10 towns and cities from North Korea. If given the chance, would you ever visit there? I know I certainly would. It would be fascinating to visit the most bizarre country on Earth. Like and subscribe for more geography content, and as always, thank you very much for watching.